Hello YouTube, this is Teampwndecks from Teampwndecks, and I'm very tired. It is only like 8 or 9 o'clock, but I just got done from sitting in a 10-hour regionals. I was there from about 10 in the morning to like 8:30 at night, not including the drive home. And I played Frognerks, dropped out third round because I got pissed, and basically went around trading and finished my hero deck, which I thought, for fun, since I don't have my frog stuff anymore, I'm going to profile for you. So yeah, let's get to it. I run triple alias. This is the Bubble Beat build. Triple elemental hero Bubbleman. I got all 3 in ulti, and then the alias is in secret, so that's what I worked on today. That 1 Stratos, and that's pretty much it for the monsters. Just, 7 standard in Bubble Beat. Then triple Miracle Fusion. You have to run 3 in Bubble Beat. It gets you really stupid plays with like the Shining. Great top deck. Triple Spark. I couldn't imagine running less, mostly because either you draw this and you don't have the alias, or vice versa, and so 3 adds to the consistency of it, I guess. It adds a destruction aspect and draw aspect to this deck, which it needs. Next, I run triple Space because back row, while this deck runs a lot of it, your opponent's back row is also a problem because you have very limited monsters, and so triple Space I think is ideal. Next, run 2 Duality. For your Stratos or just plain alias plays, dualities are great because it allows you to basically choose a card of 3 from your deck to your hand. So it adds some consistency to the deck, and if you're not going to like blow up on the turn you play this, then it works out great. Next, double E-Call and reinforcements. Since you can't play 3 E-Call anymore, this is the best search engine for the deck. You could play Rhoda before, but it's basically still a staple. 1 Super Poly. I like 1. I was testing 2, but 1 I think works just the right amount. Then I play the staples, Monster Born, Heavy Storm, and Dark Hole. Pretty standard in like every deck. You run it those 3. And then for the traps, the Solemn Brigade, 2 Warning in the Judgment. Pretty standard. 2 Compulsory. I really liked 2 Compulsory because it gets rid of all that extra deck. It's extra deck hate. You can bounce Synchros, XYZs, you name it. You could even bounce hard to pay cost boss monsters. So I really like the Compulse. 2 Dark Bribe. While I don't like your opponent being able to draw a card from negation, I do like that it's a counter trap, and so it can respond to Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and negates both spell and trap, so I do like it. 2D Prison. I really like this card because it can banish some big boss monsters or key cards in the deck, and so I like it. I don't rely on it too much because it can be easily blown up, and so you have a lot of other cards to rely on. 2 Torrential or Splash. You don't run very many monsters, and so basically you just activate this to get rid of your opponents. It's really easy to play. I run Double Cylinder. I actually really like this card, mostly because it deals your opponent some extra damage, so it makes it easier to just kill them in one other turn. Also negates an attack that you can't afford to take. So it's like a D-Prison, but instead of it takes care of a monster, but you take damage instead of getting it removed. And then for the attacks, I run 1 Hero Blast just to get back the alias and for a free destruction, and 1 Starlight Road. I was actually considered taking this out for the Huge Revolution is over. that's the main deck, which is 40 cards. I have no side deck because it's still in testing, but for the extra 2 Shining, I had a big debate over one of my friends, 2 versus 3, and there's very little room in the extra deck, so 2 works fine. There's sometimes where I wish I had 3, but 2 works just fine for now. 2 Absolute Zero. I bumped this up to 2 because another one of my friends made a good point that with a lot of the Atlanteans and Aqua support coming out, the Super Poly and Miracle Fusion for Ab-Zero is going to be really helpful, and so I bumped him up to 2 by basically taking out a Shining. Next, for the one-off Super Poly targets, you run 1 Escutario for all your dark targets, 1 Nova Master for all your fire targets, basically like Zen mains or something, 1 Great Tornado for wind targets, and 1 Gaia for earth targets. It's very standard if you run Super Poly. That's it for the fusions and for the XYZs. 2 Blade Armor Ninjas for the OTK. Really like that card. 1 Excalibur, because it's really hard to get over when you make it 4,000, and it can also beat over like pretty much everything. It makes your opponent get in some really tough spots. 1 Utopia and 1 Utopia Ray. When you make Utopia at as an emergency and go into Utopia Ray, it is just amazing. And so I think just for that, even if you don't steal your opponents, it's great. 1 Shockmaster. I actually do make him. It's very situational, but I can make him. And when I do, it usually works out. So I like it. And last but not least, Photon Papilloperative. Just because stall cards like Spirit Reaper, Marshmallow, all that good stuff, I don't like it. And so Papilloperative gets over it. So guys, that was my Bubble Beat deck. If you liked it, why don't you like the video? If you think it's good, add it to favorites. If you like the content on the site, subscribe. If not, then go to another one of your subscribed to channels. Anyways, see you guys next time.